Shame on you, Indonesia. Shame on you, Indonesian government. Even if somebody die here, literally nobody gives a shame on you.
We got robbed. Our money, passports, keys, jewelries, everything. Just in the second day from our arrival to Indonesia. We started our day happy and very excited as we were waiting this trip for a long time. Sadly, crime rate is on the increase in Indonesia, of course due to the usual and obvious root causes. Poor economical situation for the public, increased unemployment rates, and most importantly is the lack of decisive and serious response from the local authorities when an incident is being reported. I'll tell you an example. Our incident had occurred on the 10th of September in Bekasi, Jakarta at night, exactly at 8 and 12 p.m. Here is our car. We tried to park right in front of the restaurant, but another car was already there, and the space is too narrow for two big vehicles, so we parked somewhere nearby. We were hungry and feeling really tired because of jet lag. 14 minutes later, as you can see, they are marking the car as if they are trying to recognize it. Few seconds, their partners in crime join. They take a U-turn and they move straight to the car. It's clear that we were either being followed or that somebody had informed about us. They park and the robber moves immediately to the window that is closest to where we have left the bag. That confirms that somebody had informed them about us. It looks like they know exactly where to look. Nearby the crime scene, there is an active sunglasses shop. Their partners will decide to move there and distract the owner. The guy with the white jacket seems to be on a live call with the robbers. They will take a U-turn, park somewhere nearby, step down and pretend to be trying and buying sunglasses. Unfortunately, the sunglasses shop owner couldn't remember any faces. Meanwhile, the robbers are studying the area and their surroundings and preparing to make a move. Near the robbers, a car is about to exit the parking. The parking guy is moving too close to the robbers, still he doesn't seem to notice anything. It just happens that he's the only person who saw us parking and the only person who saw us moving the bag inside the car. This had made him easily number one suspect in this case. While the car is exiting the parking, one of the robbers moves to the nearby wall and pretends to be peeing. I'm not sure he's hiding from the parking guy or from the car exiting the parking. You would be surprised to know that he's standing under a CCTV camera that had been installed by the government. It's only that the camera is not working for the past 5 years. He looks around, once clear, he gets down to work. He is trying to confirm the exact location of the bag. You can see his phone's LED through the first car. Seems as if he got a good view of it now. A little bit of hesitation, but finally decides to start. He hits the glass for the first time. And the fourth time, he gets the job done. He sits on the bag and they get going. They drive for about 200 meters in the opposite direction, and again they pass by the parking guy. They take a U-turn. Fortunately, the camera is not clear enough to capture the plate number. This is either stupidity or confidence. Not sure what kind of robber would take a U-turn and pass by the crime scene. The guy on the phone is well informed, so he moves immediately to the bike to prepare. His colleague moves as well, and they wait for the robbers to pass so they can follow them. Adios. We came to discover the robbery on our way back to the car almost after 3 hours. It was exactly 11:26 p.m. And we immediately reported the incident to the police using their emergency number at 11:31 p.m. after 5 minutes. And we were told to stay on hold for 15 minutes to receive feedback. Of course, nobody called, and we had to follow up 30 minutes later only to be instructed to go to the nearest police station. So we said fine. We drove to the nearest police station and we found the night shift officer waiting for us with his shiny slippers and abused sports t-shirt. And we came to know that he summoned us only to drive him back to the crime scene. It's almost as if he doesn't have data on his mobile phone or if he doesn't like to drive alone at night. So we said fine. We drove him back to the crime scene. He stood there for 30 seconds and he just observed the crime scene and suddenly decided that this incident has to be reported to the bigger police station. So there is no any sort of fingerprints analysis or pulling out CCTV records or any kind of investigation from that kind. So we said, okay, fine, only this time he will drive in front of us and we get to meet yet another police officer with shiny slippers. So we went to the bigger police station, which is 30-40 minutes far from our location. And upon arrival, they started to generate the initial report, which basically says we are citizens from these countries, and we were holding the passport with this number, and we got robbed, so that we can use this document to submit it back to our respective countries' embassies and request for an emergency exit document or a passport replacement in best case scenario. Believe it or not, it took us 2 hours because the assigned officer there kept confusing my passport number with my wife's passport number. So once he was done, it was almost 4 a.m. And at that moment, I came to recognize that our chance or the possibility of us retrieving any of our belongings or catching the robbers is quickly slimming down to 0%. Simply because the robbers had around 7 hours head start on us, and up to that stage we haven't done anything to basically know where they went or try to stop them. So we said fine. They told us that the official police report will be issued shortly, and believe it or not, that have lasted for 6 days, 6 bloody days. So the incident happened on the 10th of September. The official police report was issued on the 16th of September. And they were supposed to assign an investigator on the same day, basically to start actively looking at our case. They were a bit late. They assigned the investigator on the 17th of September. And he also came and said he's so busy, he has so many cases on the queue. So he gave us the initial interview on the 25th of September. Just to sit down, talk to us, and start looking at our case. So the dude is seriously thinking that after 15 days, he will try and investigate what happened and catch the criminals, which is very funny. So up to this moment in time, nobody had gone to the shop where we were sitting or the nearby shops to pull out CCTV records or do any sort of investigation. Nothing at all. 15 days, nothing at all. So yes, when I say the lack of serious and decisive response from the local authorities when an incident is being reported, trust me, there is no more polite way to say what I want to say. What we have experienced is a minimized version of the organized crime scene in Indonesia. We have lived in Java Island half of the year 2018. Back then, people used to look you in the eye and smile while passing you by in the street. Nowadays, it's a different story. People will look at your hands once they recognize that you are a foreigner. And to be honest, I feel tracked half the time I'm out there walking in the street. This is one of the worst situations I've encountered in my life, if not the worst. I'll strongly advise you to avoid carrying too much cash in a foreign country. Try your best to avoid using ATM machines or currency exchange stores, especially if you are in a spooky area. Never ever leave your belongings in a car whatsoever. Always watch your back. Always watch your back, especially if you have just displayed your wallet or made any sort of transactions. Never use or wear expensive items. Even a branded t-shirt can mark you as a potential victim in the wrong area. You know what? Avoid traveling to unsafe countries to begin with. How can you enjoy if you don't get to relax anyway? I personally have no idea why I'm back here. I've already visited this island. I've seen 80% of it 6 years ago. And I just got back and it's no longer safe. But I mean, yeah, that's an experience and hopefully I've learned from my mistake. God forbid, if you ever end up in a similar situation, the first thing you need to do is to calm yourself down and prepare to act wisely. Start by calling the local police and report the incident to them. You will need a police report to build up from there. Meanwhile, while waiting for the police to arrive, try to build a timeline. You may go around the surrounding area of the crime scene and try to collect CCTV records. This will help the police to be more efficient and do their job quickly. Just bear in mind the expiry date of your visit visa and the date of your return ticket. Once the initial police report is ready, you will be in a position to call your respective embassy or consulate and report the incident to them. Your country will be able to support you with either an emergency exit document, an emergency passport, or a passport replacement.